You can laugh, audibly laugh. Audibly laugh, absolutely.
Laughing is great content.
Yeah, laughing is perfect. Hello, and thank you for listening to the Maximum Mediocrity podcast. I'm your host, David Shockley, and we have two very, very entertaining people with us here tonight. We have
Jimbo Slice
and
Abby.
Hey! But thank you very much, both of you, for joining me today. I can't express enough how thrilled I am to finally be doing this. So, really, really thank you very much for stepping in and working for absolutely no money.
Hey, this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time now. I'm just as excited.
We've been talking about this for a while, haven't we?
Oh, yes. For a long time, it seems like.
I think when did we start thinking about the podcast? Probably about at least a year ago.
I'm willing to bet at least 2 or 3 years ago.
Might be. But anyway, so this is the Maximum Mediocrity podcast. I really like that name.
Yeah, it fits.
It does. So we're going to start off the podcast because I was really concerned that being that we're just some local stiffs, we're not necessarily anything official or anybody that is used to being in front of a microphone or a camera. I think we could loosen ourselves up with an interesting alcoholic beverage. What do you guys say?
Sure.
Warms my
You don't
heart.
want to do it all.
Hey, I mean, I'm not much of a drinker. I'm not much of a liquor drinker.
Yeah.
And I see that shot glass there.
Yeah.
It's staring right at me.
We got a shot glass for him. You have a special shot glass. That's the good shot glass, I say. It's the Joker podcast. It's got the Joker's face on it. What we're going to be doing a shot today. It's like the cheap version of the Skittle Bomb shot.
It's so beautiful.
It's nice. So there's a much like more in-depth version that actually tastes like a Skittle when you do the whole thing.
Oh.
That's like 4 or 5 different pieces of liquor, and it's like that liquor that you only have like once.
Yeah.
Like triple sec. Well, not triple sec. This one has triple sec in it, but like blue curacao is it?
Curacao.
Curacao.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking French.
Yeah.
Always gotta be so extra fancy with
Right?
those
They gotta be
syllables.
so fancy.
Because you remember I had that drink that had like blue curacao, and then it had Sprite, and then it had lemonade, and like cherry and grape vodka.
You had everything. Yeah,
like
like a mousse.
yeah. It was so tasty. We put it in a margarita glass.
That was the Dr. Manhattan, right?
Yes.
So funny enough, Abby named a drink a Manhattan, even though there's already a drink called the Manhattan.
Oh no!
Very
I called
nice.
it the Dr. Manhattan.
The Dr. Manhattan. I'm so sorry.
It's
Oh man.
Excuse me.
well, I didn't know that there was a Manhattan out there, so I'm like, I'm thinking it's blue, and I love the Watchmen. I'm like, ooh, the Dr. Manhattan, perfect.
Had to have it.
Yeah.
Love it. So we're gonna do this drink. So this is a bomb style drink, which will every single TSA representative loves it. Where we have what this is. It's a shot of triple sec, which is essentially just orange liqueur, and you drop it into essentially a whole can of Red Bull. Cool. Now, why this is the most fun to me is because Jimmy hates both of these things
Immensely.
So let me get mine set up here.
It's very fizzy. Plus, it's cold. Oh.
Great. So it's going to be cold and then burn. Fantastic.
Essentially. Now, and I'm wearing like all nice clothes today, so like I'm going to drop this thing in here, and it's just going to get fucking messy.
I'm just going to drop it in very nicely.
Yeah, you want to drop it in slowly. I'm gonna so take your glasses off.
Oh, okay, right.
We learned this from the last few times we're doing it.
Oh.
Okay, are you...
Yep, I'm blind in one eye, but
Everybody ready?
Fireballs.
Okay.
Before it was cool.
Before it cooled.
Oh god, it's so hard.
I can't breathe through my nose, so I can't finish
What have I done? I'm not done yet.
Neither am I. Wait.
I win!
Wait, the liquor's still in the glass. Why?
I win!
Is it supposed to come out of the glass?
Yeah.
You drink the whole thing and it all comes out.
Oh, fuck.
On,
so you've just been drinking Red Bull.
We're doing it together. Come on.
Alright, come on, you pussies.
Oh.
Yes! I finally won this one! Victory for me!
God
I don't think I've ever won.
It's never going to taste better.
Oh. Feeling good, Jimmy?
No. I feel worse.
Oh, that was beautiful.
We love you, Jimmy.
Oh, that was perfect.
We really
You did that just for the pure torture of me, huh?
I actually was going to do a different one, but then you said that you didn't like both of them. I said, we got to do it.
Oh, great.
It's got to happen.
Yeah, plus I picked up 2 4-packs of Red Bull. It was either 2 or 3. I actually had a shit ton.
I'm going to be burping this entire podcast.
You're going to be like Rick from Rick and Morty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
He's going to burp through all of your sentences.
That was me.
Good start.
Yeah.
So, I'm actually glad we brought that up. So, Rick and Morty.
Okay.
Have you watched Rick and Morty?
I've never seen Rick and Morty.
Because, Abby, you've watched it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I've watched all 2 seasons.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've gotten through about maybe half of season 1, right? And it is so fucking annoying that he burps through everything. So, if you watch the show, that's what he does. Like,
yeah, and he kind of goes like this.
Like what?
Kind of, he just kind of doesn't know what to say.
He says, just kind of.
Yeah.
Remember, it's audio. Nobody can see your hands.
Yeah. I tried to do it with my voice. It didn't work. But
so they actually, I learned the voice actor is Rick and Morty. So he's both voice actors, and he does both the lines, and then he'll actually go back and redo the line in Rick's voice and add the burps in afterwards, after he's done all the fucking lines. Oh. And I wish I could see the cut. I wish I could watch the cut without it, because it's really unnerving to me. But I guess that's the point of the show.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I just had to get that out there.
I hear a lot about the show. It's just I haven't actively sit down and try and watch it. Now, is it on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's either on Netflix or Hulu.
I think the first season, well, definitely both seasons is on Hulu. But I think the first one, I could be wrong, but I think at least the first one is on Netflix.
Oh, God, I'm going to be burping too. So this is actually a very, very special episode of the podcast because it's the fucking first one. And we've already started
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back to nothing.
Yay!
So this is, I'm glad that we've started off our podcast careers with drinking and burping.
Yes. It's a solid start.
It seems appropriate.
Well, gassy, I should say.
A nice gassy start.
Nice.
It's just like a road trip. You want a gassy start. You want to make sure you fill up, have a lot of gas before you start your road trip.
Absolutely.
I agree with that statement.
Look at that. We're already into the metaphysical form of the podcast. This is now the metaphysical section of the podcast where we talk about gas.
We are trying to be serious.
No, we're not.
Yeah, okay.
Never, ever. So I want to start off with because this is the first podcast ever, I do want to give our listeners all 2 of them, an idea of what they're in for or what the podcast is going to be about. Which is good because I really don't even know.
Yeah. I mean...
that is art. You don't know what it's going to create.
Well, that's true. That's true. Sometimes you don't. You just kind of start and you do your thing.
Yeah.
You start drawing and then next thing you know, you got a dick pic.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how many times I've started a drawing and just drawn just a part of a figure and then it turns out to have some silly story. Oh, it was gonna be a moose, but now it's this alien kind of turtle thing.
Happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
So I do want to take a moment just to explain. So the general idea here is that because we are just, I think everybody has an interesting story that they can tell. I think everybody is interesting in their own unique, beautiful fucking butterfly of a way. And I really just wanted to have an outlet to express that, to have people on that are interesting and have the interesting stories. You don't necessarily have to be a celebrity or somebody famous to be able to tell a story and to be able to bring something interesting to the forefront and especially to talk about in an interesting manner. So there we go. That's my
I have a unicorn, majestic mythical animal that is armed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Like that sound good to you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
It creates a good story. I'm sure, at least for me, I've started to I've created a story before, and everything changes with each step, but it creates a beautiful story.
What?
The creative process is strange.
The creative process is... You're definitely showing us that.
It sends us to dark places.
I embrace it.
Yeah, yes, she does. So I want to start off with our first section of the podcast, which is, what are you working on? So Jimmy, would you mind starting with you? So Jimmy, what you been working on for the last month?
All right, well, last month, I actually just recently started grad school.
Really?
I had just started grad school.
I'm sorry.
I'm going back. Yeah.
Hard work.
I went back for educational counseling.
Oh.
I'm currently a teacher's assistant at a school, going back to hopefully finish out and be a counselor someday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So I think it's safe to say that the people who you're going to be working for probably aren't going to hear this.
I would hope. I would hope.
Career's already dead.
You should put that right on your resume. Like, can take a Skittle bomb like a champ.
Oh no! Oh goodness! But it's such like an intensive process, like to get to grad school, because you gotta go through your undergrad, which is a process, because not only just like going through the courses and all that stuff, but like the financial, because college is certainly not the cheapest thing in the world by any means.
I thought it was free.
No.
Fuck.
Nope. I hate to break it to you.
Well, that explains what those phone calls are about.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just figuring out finances and stuff, and meanwhile trying to work and while having a life,
Who's got one of those?
You know what? You're right. You know what?
Why have a life when you can sit in a room with your friends and record your every conversation?
I like that idea. You know what?
I'm
I'm dropping
like
out.
That is the best.
Sorry, Mom.
Well, it sounds like you need a beer, Jimmy.
It sounds like I do.
I mean, you are still alive, so you do have a life.
That is very true. Very, very true.
That is like the best bottle opener ever.
Oh. You can't see it, but you press it down onto the cap, and you twist it a little bit, and then you pop it up. I don't know if I'm explaining this right.
You don't even need to twist it.
Oh, I usually do, because sometimes it doesn't come up the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Pro tips. So what are you drinking today, Jimmy?
I am drinking, now I can never pronounce this brand, Leinenkugels.
Pick me.
Alright, feel free, because I am struggling.
Leinenkugel.
Leinenkugel Summer Shandy.
Nowhere near German enough.
No.
Leinenkugel.
Leinenkugel. You gotta get that deep throat, like...
Almost like Iranian.
Yeah.
Leinenkugel.
I think it's more Leinenkugel.
This is the going to hell section of the podcast.
Yep. That might not make it.
It's going in. So I'm actually drinking, I'm really excited about this because we're recording this in Delaware, which is convenient because that's where we live.
Extremely.
What do you call it? Oh my, a growler. The Delaware growler. So this is I guess it can conveniently just be called a liquor store, but it's called the Delaware Growler, and I really, really like it. For those that aren't familiar with growlers, for all two of our listeners, what a growler is, it's essentially like just a big-ass jug, and you put beer in it. So you buy this jug at the liquor store, and then they fill it up for you with beer that's on that they have on tap there. So that's really cool because there's breweries that don't have things bottled yet that you can only get on tap, and they just have 20, 25 like of these really, really nice beers on tap for you to bring home. And I have a 64 ounce kind of jug. It's like a jug. I feel like an old hillbilly with like the 3 X's on them.
Yeah, and it's
some
brown
moonshine
too.
Yeah.
So it fits perfectly.
You gotta get the white labels.
Yeah.
Draw the X's.
They hand write the labels too.
Yeah, right on the
and
cap.
start like singing some tunes with it, like blow into the lid or whatever.
Get like a wash pan.
Get a banjo.
We have a banjo.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a banjo. That's right.
That. We could do this tonight.
Test run first episode.
This is the hillbilly portion of the podcast.
By the end, we'll be singing dueling banjos.
Oh.
So it's a Delaware growler, and so I have the Victory Cherry. What did I say it was earlier?
Yeah, you said it was
like a
it was like a
sour.
cherry sour.
Sour Monkey. So Victory Sour
Yes.
Monkey, which is like a 9% beer, and then they gave me a Victory glass with it as well when I bought it. So that was really cool.
Oh.
I mean the prices are I guess because it's 64 ounces and it's like $22. Now this one's more expensive because it's like a 9 or 10% beer, so it's going to be more expensive.
Wow.
So it's still like a little bit more expensive than like that $10 6-pack.
Yeah,
Like that like
still.
really nice 6-pack, but you get like beer that you can't get anywhere else, like in a bottle.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's
It's
super
like
cool.
the place to test out beers.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess that's the best part. I forgot that part. The greatest part is that have you ever been to it?
I've never been to a growler.
Oh, you have to go. We'll have to go sometime.
All right.
I was just
I'll
there
hold you
today.
to it.
Luckily, I drink a lot, so
Not as much as he says.
when I go next, I'll let you know. So the cool thing is that you get to sample the beer while you're there because it's just on tap, and they have like these little fucking glasses, and you just try it out. And so you have all these like really cool, different, crazy tasting beers, and you get to find one that you like the best. So like that's the best part is that you get to try all these different crazy flavors, and you get to find the crazy flavor that resonates with you.
Yeah, and it's only a little bit. Like they have like the the little souffle cups. Yeah, like the throwaway.
Oh,
where
yeah,
you
yeah.
put-
Like they sample it like the supermarket kind of thing?
Yeah. So they put it in those, and then you could like try a little bit, and they just throw it away, so you don't feel bad about testing everything.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're really good at their job.
Yeah, they're very, very good. And they're very, very informed, and they know a lot about the beers,
Mm-hmm.
which is good because I don't know jack shit about beer.
I exclusively drink beer, and I don't know all that much, which is probably not good.
What's your favorite beer?
Oh, my favorite. Honestly, that berry beer that we had that one time.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot remember the name
Wild
of it.
Blue.
Wild Blue, that's what it was.
That's really good. That's also really strong.
Yeah, but that tasted phenomenal.
So if anybody listening wants, I highly recommend that beer. And you can find that in liquor stores. It's a bit expensive when you get it because it's like that. I don't know what do you call that? It's like a
Higher shelf.
yeah. It's like a top shelf beer. It's that.
It's not an IPA though.
No, it's not an IPA, but it's like a craft brew. It's definitely like a.
Is it like a seasonal kind of thing?
No, you can find it. I think pretty much.
Year round?
Yeah, year round.
Wow.
I mean,
It sounds like it could be like a spring or a summer kind of brew.
I think so,
'cause
but I think-
wild.
Yeah,
you
like-
think of flowers.
Yeah, and
Yeah. Well, usually aren't like summer beers more like lighter though, right?
like citrusy kind of thing.
I mean,
which
you were
is
drinking a summer shandy, and it's a light citrus.
Yeah, it's like a light citrus.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's like a really heavy beer.
Mm.
But
But
drink.
hey. I only have water, but that works. I just had a Skittle Bomb. Well, my second Skittle Bomb.
You're a trooper.
Yeah.
God
Plus,
bless.
I had like
Ooh.
I had 2 glasses of Manischewitz. Oh, I love that stuff. If you guys don't know what Manischewitz is, it is a kosher wine. Did I say that right?
Yeah, it's kosher.
Yeah, kosher wine. And it tastes like grape juice. Like the best grape juice you've ever had, basically.
Is it like a
is so
sparkling kind of thing?
good. No, it's not.
If anybody has a Jewish grandmother, go visit her. She has it in her closet.
Yep.
Like she gets wrecked on that shit.
Your grandmother has.
She does. She's not even Jewish.
Mhm.
I just don't know. She might be. I never asked. She does have Manischewitz.
Wow.
So maybe I
But then again, I'm not Jewish. Like, I don't think at all.
maybe I've been a Jew this whole time. I didn't even know it.
You're Jewish.
Yeah, I'm not full on Jew. I'm just Jewish.
All right. I'll give it to you.
Sorry, that,
All
that
right.
was a very bad joke.
No. Oh boy.
This was not an offense.
So Abby, what have you been working on?
Oh, all right. So I've been working in a group, actually. A few friends that I work with, but we've gotten really close with this project. So we are putting together mainly a studio called Trinity Studios. But what we are mainly working on
What's
right
it called?
now, Trinity Studios.
Okay.
Okay, that is the studio, but right now we are mainly working on this TV show that we are calling The Rejects. It is a lot of the people in the group call it a superhero show. It's kind of superhero show. It's kind of a sci-fi show. It's all right. So there is a kind of an intergalactic Interpol.
Intergalactic Kegger.
if you guys know Lupin the Third, I'm not sure if a lot of people don't, but there's one of the characters who works in Interpol following this thief kind of all around the world, but this is more in the galaxy.
So you're talking about Lupin?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
What?
more Zenigata because he's the Interpol guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So you're talking about Lupin the Third?
yes.
But your show.
It's a lot different than Lupin the Third, but just kind of the main idea to get your head wrapped around it.
But for those that haven't seen Lupin,
yes. So
Jimmy essentially
to explain.
Have you seen Lupin?
I have not seen Lupin.
To explain
Heard of it.
Lupin the Third, it is mainly focused on a group of thieves. One of them being Lupin the Third, and they are very good at what they do. And they are very good at, stealing, obviously, but aloofing the Interpol character Zenigata, who is kind of, he's actually very terrible at his job.
And Zenigata is the police officer. Did you say that?
Yes, the Interpol officer, I guess.
Interpol?
Interpol, yeah.
I don't know that word.
I don't know either.
What the fuck does that mean?
Are
you making up words?
No,
like
no, he actually says
Are you
it.
Webster?
No,
fucking Webster over here.
He's in Interpol. That's why he is able to track Lupin in different countries.
So he's essentially like, he's got no jurisdiction kind of thing? He can go across the universe?
Fucking James Bond doesn't even have that shit.
He's like a universal cop?
Pretty much, yeah.
But the main point of Lupin because I've seen it. We watched it together.
Yeah.
Is that you have a group of thieves. It's like a comedy show, anime. You have a group of thieves that are just constantly trying to steal shit, and you have Zenigata, the inspector, who is trying to stop them. And they just have these crazy, outlandish fucking schemes that they do that would like never work, but they're like but it's so interesting. And the animation, when the show started, it has that animation like Speed Racer.
Oh my god!
Like that's kind of the
Speed
era
Racer.
that you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more modernized than that.
Yes.
So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to explain to everybody like what Lupin the Third was.
Yes.
So it's like Lupin the Third, but in space. You're saying?
Just to explain Interpol. Just explaining Interpol. So
well, now we're familiar with the terminology.
Okay, so Interpol. I hope everyone understands it at this point.
I'm still lost, but continue.
Okay, so it is a group of a kind of youngsters in this as Interpol agents for the universe. Basically, some of them are aliens, some of them are from Earth, but we are protecting the peace within the universe.
So it's like Galaxy Police.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck, we should have started with that.
Well,
we were talking about Lupin the fucking Third.
Police,
Interpol's.
I'm saying because police have certain jurisdictions.
Dr. Seuss fucking.
Interpol doesn't have.
It's like the politics of the show already. So okay.
All right. So. Because police have different jurisdictions, we're going to go in different, like, galaxies and such.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And what do you do for the show?
Oh, okay. My personal contribution, I am part producer. I am part... I do the character designs, all the different outfits and such. And I help with getting through all the plot holes. Because there's going to be a lot of plot holes in the show.
You're wearing many hats.
Yes.
Or should I say many skirts?
I'm not wearing a skirt yet. That's going to come later.
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, and I am also going to be...
You just doubled all of our subscribers.
Thank you.
And I'm going to have armor and a little shawl at the top. It's going to be pretty.
I'm glad we found a girl to be on the podcast.
Thank God.
You're welcome.
There's just been 3 losers sitting around talking.
And my character, I'm not trying to say too much about it because we're still working on it. Plus, I don't want to reveal too much. But my character is technically an alien from a different galaxy, and on my planet, we can fly, and we also create stars. So we can breathe in outer space. And that's kind of a coming of age kind of thing is creating a star. We can manipulate energy.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. And so that's what you're working on this last month.
Yes.
So I should also know this because I'd like the meeting of nerds in my house. So for the listeners, me and Abby live together. We date. And so we live together. So anytime that she has people over, I have to deal with it, and every time I have people over, she has to deal with it. So I just like come down and there's just fucking shit everywhere.
Yes. A few laptops. There's
laptops, there's contracts, there's space pirates.
Yes.
It was fairly confusing.
Wow.
So what I've been working on this month, which you guys may already know, but it's how to start a podcast.
Yeah.
Here we are. It's working. I would have to say, month successful.
Oh, yes.
Depending on how this goes, if anybody else ever listens to this, it was a good month.
Absolutely.
That's it. We're
Plus
solid.
1.
Plus 1 on the board.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And let me tell you something.
Yeah.
It was way fucking harder than I thought it was going to be, man.
I agree.
Yeah, there you go. So Abby keeps like nodding up and down. I'm like, nobody can tell what you're saying, what you're thinking. we have to excuse Abby. She has been absolutely phenomenal. She is actually sitting in for our original person that was supposed to be here, our friend Austin, but he was not feeling very well, and we just hope that he feels better. He wasn't able to make the podcast today, so Abby has been absolutely phenomenal, and she is filling in for him. So thank you so much.
It is actually my pleasure. Since I'm going to be eventually acting, apparently, so I have to get used to being professional with different equipment. So this is a really good intro to what I'm going to be eventually doing.
Perfect. Well, good. See, it all worked out.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So let me explain to you how like my last 3 weeks went in regards to the podcast.
Oh, yes.
I saw it. It was
Absolutely.
great.
Yeah, it was bad. There was a so I said, I'm going to make a podcast. I need to do something. And there we go.
That was a 7.
That was a good one. That was okay.
Yeah. Oh,
It tastes
yeah.
good,
That's a beaut.
So, like, what I really didn't realize, so to actually make a podcast and to, like, host it on iTunes, I found out iTunes doesn't actually host podcasts. All they actually do is, like, when you want to download something or when you want to download a podcast from iTunes, it actually just rips it from wherever else you're hosting it. So you have to host it somewhere else, and then when somebody downloads it, it just pulls it from there. Make sense?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, what about for like the podcasts that aren't that big, like for like the ones starting out, for example?
So us.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
100% us. How do we get to the iTunes part? Are we just like, if we put it up somewhere else, automatically go into iTunes?
So it doesn't automatically go. What it is you have to host it somewhere else, and then you request it to be hosted on iTunes.
Yep.
And you have to meet, minimum requirements, fairly minimal requirements, and then it just goes on there.
So yeah, it's not, from what I understand, it's not that hard to get it onto iTunes, but I mean, all the setup beforehand is really the kicker.
Yeah, like for example, like just like little basic stuff, like you have to host it somewhere else. It's like, okay, well, how else can I host it? I have to use like Google Drive or SoundCloud or something, some way that other people can download it from not iTunes. That's all iTunes wants.
Right.
And they also want to make sure that you have a picture to put in the little box. You have to have like a description, and you have to like have a category that you associate with.
Yeah.
Which is just a drop down list, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just pick and choose.
I don't know what the fuck we're gonna be.
Lots of things.
We'll just be a fucking grab bag.
If there's a tag for everything.
Yeah.
It's like one of those people. Well, not
Lifestyle.
to
D,
but,
all of
but
the above.
like hashtag like this, hashtag that, hashtag that, hashtag that. All of the keywords.
Yeah.
So you have to do that, and then, which isn't really basic stuff, but it's like, okay, I need to make an image. Where the fuck am I going to make an image? Okay, I have to learn a little bit of Photoshop. Okay, not so bad, but so I like end up doing a little bit of Photoshop, and it's like, well, where am I going to host it? I have an idea. I have a parked website that I haven't touched since I made it, because I did it just out of comedy purposes, just so I could have it. So my website is davidshockley.com. Which is now hosting, which is going to be hosting the podcast.
Oh boy!
I'd say I'm trying not to get big headed about it, but I'm starting to feel like I'm on a bit of a pedestal.
I still love the emails that you made from that website.
Oh yeah, so fun thing just about making a website. Depending on like who hosts your website, I do mine through domain.com for the time being. But Squarespace, just saying, we'll do ad reads in exchange for some for some free service over here.
Wink, wink.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. So currently it's on domain.com, and they let you set up your email address. So because the website is davidshockley.com, I can have a bunch of different, like I can do something at davidshockley.com.
Yep.
I just realized that this topic gets me into a bit of a pickle because I'm I'm almost telling everybody that listens to this my personal fucking emails.
Oh.
So I can't say that yet.
Oh, okay.
But if you do want to contact us, you feel free to do so with maximummediocre@gmail.com. So that is our official email address for, like, if somebody wants to get in contact with the podcast. So anybody listening that has any questions, comments, concerns, etc., just wants to pop in and say hi. That's how they do it. There was a point, because I'm using Weebly. I think it's like a website kind of
template.
Yeah, template.
Yeah.
A lot of dragging and dropping. Essentially kind of like what Squarespace does.
Right. Okay.
I've never used Squarespace. I don't know if it's any better or not. But the main idea is that, like, I have to now, like, make a website. And I'm like, I have no idea how to make a website. So I make the whole thing. I get everything working. And I'm like, I something just doesn't feel right, you know? You get that feeling?
Yeah.
And I realized that I fucked up the homepage. So I have to then, I'd already spent like at least 40 hours making the website.
Yeah, it was pretty gruesome to watch.
And then I was like, fuck, I gotta start over from the top.
Oh no.
But you gotta figure out how you're gonna do it now.
Yeah, well, and then so I had to go, I'm like, oh my god, I just spent all this time and I have to fucking just start from scratch. Really push everything through to change it, to make it sure it flows well. And it was at like that time that I was like, oh, I just have to, like, just not right now. You know, you get those moments you're like, I just can't believe I've done all that. So luckily I got through it and the website looks a little bit better, but I'm still frustrated because, like, you cannot tell, like, if you look at the website now, it does not look like somebody put like 40 plus hours worth of work into it.
Yeah. There are certain techniques with pretty much any kind of program that if you don't know it, it's like just you're wasting time.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you can try as much as you want, but if you don't know the direction you're supposed to go into, it doesn't matter. You can't win a race by running in the wrong direction.
Right.
Pretty much. Like, I just learned a few techniques on this program, Krita. I know I've seen so many speed paints, so I know this is a major technique that is used. First of all, correctly filling in all of the color in, like, the line work. Right now, I just realized how to make it to where, like, there's usually when I do it, there's, like, I have to fill in, like, the edges with the color. It doesn't do it with a paint tool. And also, coloring the actual line work is a very hard thing to figure out. I just realized you have to kind of, like, lock the line art layer so that you only paint on the line work to change the color of the line work, which is a basic practice, but I just didn't know how to do it. And apparently it is different. There's a different way to do it on Photoshop, on Krita, and all different kinds of programs on how to actually do that effectively.
You don't say.
Am I explaining this wrong?
No, if you were, I wouldn't be able to tell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for the artists out there who either know or don't know that, good luck with your work. And make sure you do the proper research. Yep.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. So with making I realized that very quickly, to make a podcast, really all I'm doing is making a website.
Audio website.
Exactly. So, but it's been a lot of fun, and I've learned a lot of shit, and God, it's been fucking way harder than I thought. Is just making a website.
Hey, and you know what? Now we're doing the fun part.
Yeah.
Burping.
It's just kind of like hanging out with friends. but a lot more prep work.
It was a lot of prep work. I also learned a lot about, because I do have a background in music and a little bit in making music. So it was interesting to see that applied into just a talk, kind of a radio kind of a format. You know what I mean? Mm. So like when we were setting up, Jimmy has a microphone that has a different cable that's being run through it. And we realized that just by switching out just the brand of cable, it totally changed the entire fucking soundscape. A cat just tried to jump on me while I was saying that.
Aw, little Liberace.
This is the Liberace the cat, which is the mascot of the podcast.
I feel like we should add a picture to your website.
We should. I could do a picture of a cat. It is the internet.
Yeah.
They love cats.
Dude.
We're going straight to the top.
I love cats. You should make a meme. I don't know. I mean, you could.
I should buy a boat.
Put Liberace in front of a mic.
We should buy a bar.
What are we going to call our bar?
Puzzles.
Why would we call it Puzzles?
That's the puzzle.
Jimmy has no idea what we're talking about.
No idea.
Oh, That's great.
For anyone that knows How I Met Your Mother, you know.
So, Jimmy, we were talking about this a little earlier. You have a Samsung phone, right?
I do.
I have a Motorola phone. Abby, you also have a Samsung phone.
Absolutely.
And Jimmy mentioned that you exclusively buy Samsung phones now.
Absolutely. I will never go back to anything else.
Why is that?
I find Samsung just much better built, and their operating system is not as, granted, it's not as user friendly per se. Like I think Apple really like dumps it down to like those adjusting to a smartphone,
the basics,
but it's not very practical for a lot of things that you have to do. For example, like being able to keep files and stuff, essentially like a mini computer kind of thing. Like your phone has files in it now in the Samsung that you can access, you can clear out. Whereas in Apple, I feel as though you can't really get into files as easily.
Yeah. And
it's a lot harder to clear out without deleting all of your data.
So it's more difficult to like tinker with.
Exactly. I just think that Samsung is just much better put together.
Yeah, you really have to. I hear so many people like unlocking their iPhones, and you don't have to do that with Samsung.
No, yeah, exactly.
Like it's already unlocked for you.
Yeah.
Because really, every time I think of an Apple phone, and really any Apple products now, because you're right, they make that smartphone super easy to understand, and they make it very natural to understand, or at least they did when Jobs was around.
Right.
Yeah, I miss him.
You never met him.
I know, but I miss his products.
I always imagine it like the 5-year-old version of like a smartphone. If you're 5 years old and you just don't want to learn how to do it, you just have this, and you figure it out intuitively. Is that a fair statement?
Absolutely.
Yep.
And so the second that it's almost like you start with Apple and you like upgrade to
Samsung.
To like Samsung or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Now, see, I have a Motorola phone, and I think I'm always going to stick with a Motorola phone.
I've never had any experience with a Motorola that I know of, actually.
Yeah, the only one that I had was like the first ever smartphone of Motorola.
That was probably it for me, and I just had no idea.
Yeah. Which actually, I really like the 7, actually, because I wasn't really a big, like, I only had like one Samsung before, and it was like the Samsung S2 or S3, and it was just super hard to use. Then I went to a Motorola Motor X or something like that. And
Moto X.
Moto X, yeah.
That's what I have. I have a Moto X.
Maybe it was different. It was definitely a different name, but
it's weird. They have like, it's like, I don't know all the names for like the Motorola, but it's like Moto, and it's like just a letter, like an initial.
Yeah.
God, I wish I knew more about them.
I think it was like a Moto M or something like that. Anyways, so that one was
Moto D.
No.
Moto D's nuts.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah. And I I can't sound like that guy from the video, the original video.
What video?
The D's nuts video, the original one.
Ha! Got him.
It was a short little video. So the little Motorola phone that I had, which was like the first smartphone, was very, very similar to the Samsung 7, but just much easier to use.
This is great. This is like a review of phones by people that don't know jack shit about phones.
Yep.
My dad would love
phone
this.
reviews for dummies.
Yeah.
I think we just made another
dummy phone reviews for dummies.
Yeah.
This is now the phone reviews portion of the pod. The technologically impotent or
idiot.
Yeah, the technologically
challenged.
Yeah,
yes.
The technology reviews for the technologically challenged portion of the podcast.
Absolutely. And this is brought to you by
Maximum Mediocre. So, well, see, the reason I like my Motorola phone is because it's just the first smartphone I ever had was my Moto X. It's a first-gen Moto X. Like, this thing, I've had this thing for like probably 3-4 years.
Wow.
And it's pretty much just as good as my Samsung.
It just fucking works. This is what I was the greatest thing, because I was so late to the smartphone game that by the time that I got around, like, all the smartphone kicked ass. So this is just like a normal kind of medium grade smartphone. You know, it's like nothing too great, but like not like the bottom of the barrel. It's right there in the middle, and
it's mediocre.
It's mediocre, and it's like mediocre of all this cool shit that I missed out on in the last 5 years.
Oh yeah, because you had your phone that the touch screen, like, the only thing cool about your last phone was it had touch screen.
Yeah, it's the Spitfire. You probably have never even heard of it.
What?
Yeah, it was. I don't even remember who made it. It was called the Spitfire. It only came in red, and I was like, it's destiny because that's my favorite color. I have to get this phone. So it looked like it had like the same setup as like an iPhone. So it was just a touch screen with the one button, but it wasn't a smartphone.
Yeah,
it acted just like a dumbass phone.
Yeah, and the touch screen started to not work.
So it was just a brick.
Yeah, essentially, it pretended to make phone calls.
All right.
So my phone, right? So I love the phone because it just fucking works. It has Google Now, and that's like the greatest shit in the world to me. Yes. I've never gotten over this, the fact that I can talk to my phone and it will Google shit for me.
Oh, and the camera, when you flick it around, like jiggle it a little bit, and then the camera pops up.
Yeah, if you jiggle the phone around.
Oh yeah,
it turns the
like
camera on.
the sensor kind of thing.
Yeah.
Picks up the movements.
Yeah, and it goes, oh, you want to use the camera? It's fucking awesome. Like,
that's cool.
Dumb little shit. Like, see, it's like
yeah.
It's little shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's not trying to break these boundaries. It's just doing these little tweaks, little twerks here and there. My phone is a Nicki Minaj video as well.
Yeah, I have the Samsung S6, and I mean, I know they're on what, like S9 or S8 or something like that. 8S.
Oh, really? I didn't even know they got
on
to
something
8.
like that.
It's like a BB-8.
I think they're still doing like variations of the 7.
Something like that. I love my S6. I've had it for at least 3 years now.
Nice.
It's holding up strong so far. So
yeah, Samsung does really well, and I've had my phone for almost 2 years actually.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because we were at the apartment here this is our second year, and then I had it about, I think, a year before that. So yeah, and I got a screen crack protector. I don't know.
I just got some crack. You go to the Verizon store.
Oh, it was great.
Hey, right outside there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you have to go in the back.
Yeah, at midnight.
They can't advertise.
It has to be at midnight.
At midnight,
because that's when they're on the clock. They clock in.
If drug dealers had time cards.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, and I've never cracked my phone. I hear so many iPhones cracking. I see so many iPhones that are just like cracked all the way down the screen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I've dropped my phone from heights that I thought for sure would break it, and not a scratch. Could be because of the case I have on it. Don't really know, but a lot of iPhones with cases will still break.
Yeah, plus I heard there was an issue with I don't want to talk bad about the outer box. I mean, not necessarily about the screen cracking, but about the middle button, the only button that iPhones have, kind of messing with that.
Oh.
Which that's bad, because you're right, that's the one fucking button.
Yeah. You kind of need that to get into the phone.
You had one job. I'm actually glad that you brought up cracking your phones, because I've never cracked a screen on my phone. Fucking knock on wood. I've never cracked a screen.
You would right
ever.
next to you.
Yeah.
There
okay.
we go.
So I've never cracked a screen, and my phone fits perfectly in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you could track it and see that as phones get bigger and wider and they get more difficult to hold in your hand, I think that absolutely goes into...
I never thought of that.
Yeah, goes into people dropping them, because it's so fucking huge now.
That makes sense.
Gosh.
Dropping knowledge here.
My mind is blown.
I wish you could drop your mic.
Please don't drop these mics.
I know. I'm just saying.
We're going to hypothetically drop the mic.
Yep.
Obama would be honored.
What?
You didn't hear? He did a mic drop.
Did he do a mic drop?
He did.
Yeah.
What was it? The last correspondence dinner or something that he did?
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that GIF.
Yeah, where he lit, like, he had a mic already in the mic stand, and he purposely held out another mic and dropped it.
What?
Yeah, it was. Oh, you gotta look it up.
I think I saw that.
Yeah,
though.
I don't know if it was he made a crack at like someone else, like in the race, in the presidential race or something, or he was just like a crack at Congress or something.
Or he's just being a dope ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
That you know what? I'm gonna go with that one.
I think I'm gonna go with that one. It's just Obama's just a dope ass motherfucker.
Yeah,
it warms my heart.
The mic dropped,
and he put two fingers to his lips, and he like,
yeah,
he kissed him,
and then he dropped it. Yeah,
dropped the mic.
It was beautiful.
Dropped the mic. Like
God, that was that, guys. Yeah. That's one thing is, political affiliation aside, I always found that Obama was he was always presented himself in a super interesting manner. He's just really good at that at that public appearance thing where, again, he does a mic drop. He did the Thanks Obama meme.
Yeah.
And that shut down the Thanks Obama subreddit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because he did that. Because have you ever heard of that, of the Thanks Obama subreddit?
Yeah, I was familiar with it. I didn't know it shut down after he said that.
Yeah, so, I mean, the mods did it. So he
Yeah.
did the Thanks Obama meme to himself.
Oh, was he doing like the read the text kind of thing?
So I'd have to look it up, but essentially it's like he's like sitting there and he's doing something in his chair and like he like spills his drink or he drops something or something.
I know what it was. Then he dropped Oreos in his milk.
Was that what it was?
I think it was like he was trying to dip Oreos in his milk and it like just broke off into his milk and he's like, "Thanks, Obama."
Because I'm sure we've all done it. Like in the first like year or so of his presidency, I mean, I didn't hate Obama whatsoever, but I mean, I always said that about presidents that are like, "Thanks, Obama."
Well, exactly, and he did it. Like he actually did it himself.
He embraced it.
Yeah, he embraces this middle class, this silliness. Then the mods of Thanks Obama said, "We're done here." They locked the subreddit. That was the top post. And it's been locked ever since.
Obama single-handedly broke Reddit. Or a part of Reddit.
Well, and one of his, I think his AMA is one of the highest voted things on Reddit to this day.
Wow.
I don't think it's the top post anymore, but it's definitely up there. Like, because Bill Gates did one and
of course
everybody does them. And that also goes to show you, like, a president did an AMA on Reddit.
Yeah.
Like, talk about opening himself up to some scrutiny there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially like Reddit's not like it's big, but if you compare it to like the news networks that he reports to all the time, like it's not even a close comparison.
I don't know. Because I think
Reddit doesn't have a seat when the president talks and all that stuff. Like,
very true. Very true. Apparently not even news networks are really getting seats anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I'm glad that we brought up Reddit because this goes right into our next section that I am very excited to introduce.
Here we go.
And I don't really have a name for it yet, but it does have to do with Ask Reddit.
Okay.
So,
I
guess the Ask Mediocrity.
Sorry, I didn't know I was going to be on this, and Dave didn't know, so I've heard a lot of this stuff, but I'll keep a fresh mind. I actually don't know the specifics of it, so this will be good.
We'll just pretend.
Okay.
So I went on to the Ask Reddit subreddit, and I cycled it as like gimme post, the top post within the last month, and I picked one that I think that could apply to us, and I'm going to ask you that question.
Oh boy.
Okay.
This could get real bad.
I'll ask you guys these questions.
All right, shoot.
And this was a question submitted by, or I guess posted by a user called Contumac, and it is: what website is not very well known, but insanely helpful? So do you have any websites like that?
That is not... What was it? Not...
So what website is not very well known,
Not very well known.
but is insanely helpful?
Okay.
So what is there like a website that you like that you don't think a lot of people know about that you use for something you find helpful?
Honestly, like, I can't really think of one. I would say Reddit itself.
Oh, Reddit is. Well, that's like one of the 7th most popular website in America.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Maybe not that one.
Yeah, maybe not.
We can think about it. Maybe Abby, do you
Yeah.
have one? Is there like a website you like to go to?
Let's see. I mean, I find a lot of websites on Google that probably a lot of people haven't heard of, but I don't think anything comes to mind.
What about Paint.net?
I mean, that's a program. It's not necessarily a website. No. I mean, I get it from a website, but I mean...
Oh, yeah, well, that doesn't really...
I mean, I use the website that is connected to the Paint program that I use, which is Krita.
But Krita is its own program.
Yes.
So we need a website.
Yeah. No.
Man,
I don't
really?
have any. Yeah.
I think,
All you fucking normies using these big names.
I think I might have gotten one.
Okay, what do you think?
And it's only related to when I have to do schoolwork. And it's like, I have to format a lot of things a certain way. Like when I'm trying to cite things, it has to be in a certain format. Oh. And there's a site that I use. It's called bibme.org. And all you do is take say I find a website that applies where I find something in that website that applies to whatever I'm researching.
Mm-hmm.
All I have to do is take the URL at the top, put it in there, and it cites it. It does all of it for me. If I want to cite it directly in the paper, or if I want to cite it at the very end.
Oh, wow.
Exactly to how I want it. It is great. It surely saved me a lot of time on papers.
I bet. Because it like formats it in the correct citation
Yeah, you choose
format.
the kind of format you want because there's like tons of different ways you can format citing sources and stuff. So when I go to cite my sources at the very end of my research, all I have to do is just keep the websites open until the end, take the URLs, put it right in, and then just copy the formatted citation right into my paper.
Nice.
It's great.
Wow.
Great.
What's the website called again?
bibme.org.
How do you
BIBME.org.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, at the end of the podcast, because I'm going to host this on davidshockley.com, what I'll do is I'm going to put all the links to like anything we talk about like under the video. That way people, if they want to, they can go and visit it.
Right.
So
Yeah, just click right on it.
one of my favorite websites that I guess it's gaining popularity, but still kind of under the cuff there is I love the name. I'll never forget it. It's called camelcamel.com. Have you ever heard of this?
Camel. Are there camels on it? I would be greatly disappointed.
There are, yeah. In like the logo, it's like 3 camels in a row, I think. And there's camels. So, and you'll never guess what this website does. It has nothing to do with camels.
Damn.
So what it does is it tracks the price history of an Amazon, something on Amazon.
Oh.
So, like, if the price goes up or goes down on something,
Exactly.
like the value?
Yeah. So when you go on Amazon and you see a product, that price that it gives you can fluctuate, and it often does fluctuate very heavily.
Yeah.
Depending on like time of year and supply and demand, but you never know that because you just see it as the price of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And you just assume that that's a stock thing.
Yeah, and I know you love going on Amazon.
I love Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
I like hate that I love Amazon.
I'm like
your
an
worst
eBay
enemy.
person. Like I've never really bought anything on Amazon. I understand. Yeah.
You've never bought anything on Amazon.
I've bought
I'm-
much on Amazon.
I might have bought like 1 or 2 things. I don't know why. I understand there's like there's like people on Amazon that try to.
How do we live in the same household? I use Amazon constantly and you've never used it.
I use eBay constantly.
All of the equipment that we are using right now came from fucking Amazon.com.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amazon.
I mean, Amazon's great, but I just don't use it.
Damn. So, well, what it does is, so you can go on there, you can, essentially you use it to find the Amazon listing that you were looking at, and it'll tell you if the price has changed recently, and it gives you this whole graph of when it was lowest, when it was highest. It essentially lets you know if you're overpaying for that item at this given time. And it'll even give you notifications, if you wanted to, like email reminders of when that item is going to go under a certain price.
Oh, I think you use that for because we're trying to get a globe mini bar.
About this.
Yeah, and we were looking at that. We were trying to get it like around like $100, but it's like $120
It's a
or
mini
like
bar.
$130. Yeah, it's actually like a globe, but you open up the top half and it's a mini bar, and also underneath the globe.
Yeah, it's a mini bar that looks like a globe, and you can open up the globe, and like that's where all the stuff is.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I need that.
I know, it's so cool.
Oh my god, I need that.
I need it. That's what we're saying.
I need it.
Fuck you.
I'm
want
gonna
it.
steal it.
God damn it.
No,
Yes.
you're not.
Stealing it.
No,
Done.
we're getting security cameras.
It's over.
We're
It's
gonna
already
get a
stolen.
Doberman.
I have it already.
He's gonna get your.
He's
ass.
already stolen it. He's
gone.
He stole it when he has a time machine, and he went into the future, stole the thing. Like he waited till we bought it. He stole it in the future, and he brought it back with him.
Yeah, I'm Doctor Who now.
So we don't even have it yet, and he's already fucking stolen it.
I'm the 31st Doctor.
Is that how many they're up to now?
I don't know. I've
Abby
never.
knows.
I
know you
just
know.
threw a
No,
number out there.
Yes, I do know. It's the you're probably like the 13th.
13.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So there's 12 total.
You're the unluckiest doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember David Tennant is the 10th Doctor. Matt Smith is the 11th Doctor. I don't remember his name is the 12th Doctor.
Battery Fitty.
Yeah.
Battery.
So lucky number 13.
Let's do it.
So I didn't know that you were going to be cast as the new doctor. Look at that.
Yeah, there you go.
Spoilers, man. Spoilers.
Well, I'm sure
It's been officially announced.
if
not
anybody's
really.
seen anybody's seen Doctor Who, I'm sure nobody knew that the father from the Pompeii episode with David Tennant is actually the newest Doctor.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know the episode you're talking about, but that is a cool tie-in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they planned it, or do you think that was just like, oh, we got this guy?
Now, I'm curious to know if they're going to do a tie-in like with what he was.
Yeah,
is it the same exact character, or is it just the same actor?
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to actually figure that out, but I really hope they do.
Do you know, so they're about to recast the Doctor, right?
I didn't know that, but I that doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought when you said that he was going to be the new Doctor, that was their way of saying recasting.
So the current Doctor, like, this is going to be his last season, the guy who's on there now.
Oh, okay.
And they're going to recast, and a lot of people are thinking it might be a woman that they're going to cast this time.
Whoa.
Ooh, that would be great.
Yeah. So that'd be pretty cool, because he's an alien. He changes form, but he's never changed gender yet.
Yeah, that's true. He even in the I think it was in the 50s
or fucking gender racist. They're gender racist.
I've literally only seen one episode of Doctor Who.
I hope they make it a ginger. It's kind of a running joke that the Doctor has always wanted to be a ginger, and he is yet to be one.
That'll be the last season ever.
Oh, they can continue on forever though.
They fucking have.
Yeah.
Longest running sci-fi series in the world, I think.
But it makes sense because every time the reason why he regenerates is because he's coming at the end of his life as that person. Sorry?
They have no idea what you're saying sorry for.
Yeah, sorry. I'm turning away from the mic. So the reason why he can regenerate is because he's coming to the end of his life, so he regenerates into a new person to extend his life, basically.
Huh.
Yeah, so they can go on literally forever.
Doctor Who today.
Exactly. Now you know. Now you're up to date. Mm-hmm. Jump on in.
Yeah, now I can just go right in and start watching some Doctor Who.
Everybody knows Doctor Who. Like, David Tennant was like the most popular, the most famous Doctor. Would you say, right?
He might not be. Everybody's been on like the Matt Smith train, as far as I know.
But I mean, you ask somebody, like a random person, and they say, "Have you ever seen Doctor Who?" And they say yes, or like, "Do you know what Doctor Who is?" And they say yes, and you go, "Can you name any doctors?" I think that they will immediately go to David Tennant.
Yeah, either David Tennant or Matt Smith, because a lot of people actually started watching Doctor Who as the Doctor being Matt Smith.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's kind of
because they say they're like, David Tennant's going away. Well, let's see what we got next.
Yeah.
Because I always thought of him as like the most popular, because you know who he is. Or...
Yeah, I know like what he looks like. Which Doctor is he?
The 10th Doctor.
He's the 10th Doctor?
Yeah. He's the one with the Converse.
Yeah. I'm
trying to think like what like quotes he had, but like everybody knows him as like that was like the big turning point for Doctor Who.
Right.
Yeah. Except for the people that have like started watching Doctor Who as Matt Smith as the Doctor.
Yeah. I guess I really wasn't as big into Matt Smith. I only saw like a few episodes, but after you see David Tennant and he does a really, really great job at it, and then you have Matt Smith, you kind of feel like he kind of got like upstaged a little bit.
Right.
But that's just me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a 50-50. People who saw David Tennant usually like David Tennant more, but people that saw Matt Smith first, they're going to go with Matt Smith.
So essentially, it's like me and my cell phone. And like it's us and our cell phones. We had that. I had Motorola. You had Samsung. That you like it. That's what I mean,
it's good. You don't need anything else.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Mm. And that's how Doctor Who works.
Oh, so I wanted to say this about the websites, Camel, and the Reddit post. I wanted to tell you what the top comments on that Ask Reddit post were.
Ooh.
So.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, so I have two of them. That were I think were the best. And first, the absolute top comment at the time of recording this was from a Reddit user called, I'm going to fucking mispronounce this, Lyciffer. So Lysiffer. So make sure to go and send them some upvotes. And they submitted the website fakespot.com. And this is also an Amazon one. So this is supposedly, it tells you the amount of fake reviews that are on Amazon.
So good to know.
Like, that's super helpful because this is a big thing that's been coming up recently.
Oh, yeah.
Is because we base all of our purchases, well, me and you do. Abby doesn't because she's never used Amazon.
Right.
Even though it's super helpful to her.
They do have that on eBay.
What?
Like the reviews and such.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we base our purchases so heavily on those reviews. And to turn out that those are being manipulated and those are falsified to a certain degree, it ruins that trust that that those websites are valuable for. I actually went on the website and I like tried it out, and it's super cool. They even have a like an extension for your browser.
So like
Ooh.
extension.
Like an add-on or a plugin.
Okay. I like that.
So you can go on. So if you're like looking on Amazon at something, and you're just looking, and you go, okay, like these are good reviews, and you just hit the button, it automatically sends you to like their page with that, and lets you know if that
it like crosses them out.
Yeah, it doesn't cross them out, but like sends you to their own website, and it says that okay, we've used like an algorithm to determine like the history of the posters and the commenters, or I'm sorry, of the reviewers, I guess is the correct term.
Right. Yeah.
And we've determined through our algorithm and just looking through their histories that they are all verified, or like 20% of them are bullshit.
Right.
Or something like that. I definitely recommend everybody to check that out because it's super, super interesting. And it'll even give you a rating of that seller, of how often that seller uses fake reviews.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think as of the time of recording, I looked up like a mic stand, and it told me that the seller of those mic stands, it had like a C rating for overall fake reviews. So they're not 100% legit, but it's sneaking in there.
Yeah.
There's definitely some shiftiness going on.
Wow. That is super helpful.
Yeah, so that is fakespot.com. And another cool thing is it also checks to see if the people that are reviewing it have actually bought the product.
Nice.
Which is sad that we need that.
That's really sad.
On eBay, I think they actually tell you if they had bought the product or not, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's like a verified seller or a verified buyer.
Yeah.
Buyer, yeah.
And then from Reddit user Cowboy Ikasi, so Cowboy ECOSSE, make sure to send them some upvotes. They submitted haveibeenpwned.com. Not owned, pwned.
I'm scared.
And also really, really good website. Supposedly, it lets you know if your email address has been found in any data leaks.
Ooh.
And
I would be terrified to know that.
Well, if you want to know, you can go on haveibeenpwned.com. And I also checked that one out. I think I had one email address that had been in a data leak from fucking Adobe back in like 2013.
Jeez.
That's kind of odd.
Yeah, I'm sure there must have been some kind of publication about an Adobe leak, but I didn't fucking hear about it.
Wow.
And it even tells you like kind of like the severity of the breach to let you know like what you should do. Should you just ditch that email address? What may they have gotten? But general rule of thumb is just if it gets on there, just change your fucking password for that for that email address.
Wow, that's slightly scary.
Yeah, and it's run by a man named Troy Hunt, who is apparently a well-known security expert.
Oh.
So I had to add that in because the Reddit user took the time to cite that source of who runs it. So I have to, kind of appreciate that.
Yeah. Give some kudos.
Yeah, that they took the time. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
That is interesting.
Very nice. All really useful websites.
That I've never heard of.
Sometimes the internet is a scary place.
Yeah, the internet can be a scary place.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw it develop.
What's the scariest thing you saw on the internet last month?
I don't know if I want to bring up this stuff. I don't know if I want to bring it back.
You went right to that dark place.
I feel like you should.
Accidentally finding myself on 4chan.
What?
Anything on that site.
Oh,
you found yourself on 4chan?
I did not find myself on 4chan. Just like being on the site.
Oh,
like going to the site.
It's like somebody of a picture of Jimmy like looking into his window.
Oh, that's like my worst nightmare. Honestly, like one of my worst.
Like a fucking voyeur.
Oh, jeez, Louise. Just like a picture of like someone looking through a window and it's me.
That would be freaky, and you just find that,
and it's on the internet.
Oh,
to a website you don't go to.
To a website I don't go to. That is also well known for being like the darkest place to go.
You know what? Ironically, even though 4chan has like this like negative, this really dark, this really dark connotation or this really dark history to it.
Right.
You know what's really good for? Finding wallpapers for your desktop.
You know what?
Oh, you love
I think that's
that.
why I was on it, and I accidentally strayed from the wallpapers, and that's how I ended up on
There
it.
you go.
Oh no.
I was looking at like rotating wallpapers, and like I strayed a little bit too far.
We don't talk about B.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the only scary stuff that I've seen on the internet is all the the stuff going on in the news, especially with the like kidnappings in the area.
Oh,
That's scary stuff.
Well, yeah.
That's real.
That is real.
For those of you outside of the state of Delaware, we've had a string of kidnappings, and I think it was assaults too.
Yeah.
I think there was an attempted kidnapping.
Yeah, something like that. I think they're linking it to like a person in particular that just hasn't been caught or something.
Yeah.
But it's like we've had, I think, 3 or 4 strings of it.
Yeah.
Like in a span of 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. One of them was at my old apartment complex.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah, like, and it was like, wow, that's a little scary.
That is very unsettling.
And one of them was in the neighborhood that me and David used to live at. It was one of the apartment complexes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so where you used to live and where in a separate neighborhood where we used to live.
Oh, in there too?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Yo, hide your kids, hide your wife. Because they're raping everybody out there.
They taking everybody.
This just got a really, really local podcast.
Yeah.
If there's anybody else listening, they're like, this is like not in Delaware. Like, what? I don't care about the kidnapping in Bumblefuck, Delaware.
I mean, we've taken a little bit of precaution, but
I've done shit.
I mean, I always lock my car, but I mean, it's just good to be safe and locking our doors.
Well, I will say that I'm glad that we mentioned that we are in Delaware, because I think one of the interesting parts about the podcast that we're doing here is a lot of the entertainment, and especially a lot of the entertainment on the internet that I've been watching and listening to and all that stuff has all been West Coast stuff. Like, it's all been out like in California and areas around there where a lot of big productions are made anyway.
Absolutely.
And I think the best part about the internet is that you don't have to be near that area in order to make things. So, hey, we're over here on the East Coast, sending some love to the East Coast for my people in the different side of water.
California?
In Russia.
In Russia. Appletinis from my boys. In Russia. But I don't know, I just think that's interesting that, like, I don't know any podcasts that take place in New York. I'm sure there are plenty.
I'm sure there are.
But I guess I just don't listen to those podcasts. So I guess it's looking pretty bleak for us.
Well, the good thing is that we're local to those areas too, so.
That's true. That is the best part about living in Delaware that I think I always underuse. Like, it's a great feature that you don't talk about or use.
Absolutely. It never gets brought up either, that you are an hour drive from the beach.
Yeah.
A 2-hour drive from New York City, give or take.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
An hour drive from Philly, Philadelphia. Baltimore is an hour and a half. Like, they're relatively easy drives to these huge places.
Yeah. And it's cool because you get to kind of stay out of the area. You don't have to deal with living in New York or living in these very popular areas like Philly or something.
Yeah, really congested areas.
So you just get to go enjoy the culture and fuck off.
Yep.
Go back to our no sales tax.
So for all the people in California that are listening, come to Delaware.
Even just for the Christiana Mall. Apparently it's popular.
Apparently Christiana Mall is the shit.
Yeah. It's the only thing in Delaware that it seems to be going up.
Yeah. New York City has the Statue of Liberty. We have the Christiana Mall.
Yeah.
It's no Mall of America, but come on. It's Delaware.
True. I mean, yeah, sometimes a mall is all you need in a state. I mean, Minnesota has the Mall of America. Pretty much. And Prince. Well.
They had Prince.
Yeah.
Had.
I mean, his heart, I'm sure, is still in Minnesota.
Underground.
Yes, but
it's still there.
Yeah.
It's just not a lot, not as much.
No.
they still have their pride.
So, Dave, have you been watching anything interesting lately?
Oh my god, no. No.
Apparently he hasn't.
I'm sorry I brought that up.
Now you feel like the dickhead.
So, no, we have been watching something interesting. So we've been watching Lupin the Third.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, we've been watching Lupin the Third. We have been watching it on Crunchyroll, and the biggest thing that I do not like about Crunchyroll is that they have so much anime that is only subbed and not dubbed. So for people that aren't big anime watchers, you have anime that has English voiceovers to it, and then you have animes that are still in Japanese but have the English subtitles. And I can't stand watching anime that is only subtitles, because I can only pay attention to one thing at a time.
Right.
But you disagree because you like sub.
I like both. You know, I can accept both. Like, I can watch sub just as easily as dub. Like, granted,
I agree.
Dub for me is always easier because
Yeah.
I speak English. I do not speak Japanese.
Couldn't tell.
In case you didn't know. But I'm not going to...
Revelations.
Yeah,
on this podcast.
I'm not going to really wait around for a dub to come out if I'm really interested in an anime.
So it has to be something... So you prefer dubbed?
Yes, absolutely. Just purely on the fact that it's easier to watch. Like I can do other things instead of being glued to the TV.
Yeah,
but that's the only thing.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've found. I've actually been watching a lot more dubbed because I've been working on my on the TV show that me and my friends have been working on. So I can't really concentrate. I mean, I still want to watch the anime, but I mean, I got no time, so I'm gonna watch the anime and do my stuff. So I've been watching more dubbed, even though I can totally watch subbed.
So with Lupin the Third on Crunchyroll, it's only the second season is dubbed. The first and like the other 4 after it are only subtitled.
Yeah.
That is so bizarre to me.
It's so annoying because I really want to watch the rest. They have I guess it was like, I want to call it like a remake or like a spin-off, but you have a side character, or one of the characters in Lupin the Third's gang.
Oh, yeah.
Which is Fujiko Mine. And what is it, like the Adventures of Fujiko Mine?
It was Lupin the Third, a woman called Fujiko Mine.
Yeah, that's what it is. And that was really good, and that I think is the last one they made. Don't quote me on that.
I think it was.
Yeah, it's the most recent one that's been made, and that one's dubbed. Was that on Hulu, or was that on something else?
That was on Funimation.
Funimation. So that one's on Funimation. So we were able to watch essentially like the first season and the last season, and the tonal change of the show through in that is mind-boggling. It went from very silly and very lighthearted and kind of really goofy, and it really changed with the time to be a lot more gritty and a lot more like
darker.
Yeah, a lot darker. This cool, investigative thing. I definitely recommend anybody that has ever heard of Lupin the Third and enjoys it to definitely check out The Woman Called Fujiko Mine.
Yeah,
but just be known, it is really explicit. Like the entire intro is tits.
Yeah.
You'd love it.
I'm sure I would.
God, it's so good.
It's a little... You definitely can't watch the intro like every time because it does get a bit long. But I mean, just watch it the first time.
You can watch it the first 5 times.
I've never seen one episode of Lupin, but I have definitely heard of it and seen like snippets here and there of Lupin.
Yeah, it's one of those popular shows that you've heard of, but I mean, haven't found the time to really watch.
Right.
I think it's fair to say it's a cult classic, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I agree.
I can believe that.
Because it got referenced in FLCL, Fully Cooley.
Wow,
yeah.
really?
Yeah, they reference it. So it's like that kind of influential.
Wow, that is cool.
Yeah, it's the scene where I'm not sure how long it's been since you've seen Fully Cooley.
I actually have not.
What is wrong with you?
I know. I live under a rock. I'm a sheltered child.
no.
Your Weibo your otaku game is slipping.
Sadly.
Damn.
I know.
That's like, it's 6 episodes.
It's just like getting the motivation to sit down like, all right, I'm gonna watch Fully Cooley. Like, it's not that high of a priority for me.
It's so easy to watch though, and again, you're done it in an afternoon, not even. And I know I'm sure that your girlfriend will watch it with you.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
She's a big anime file as well.
Mm-hmm. And she's seen it.
She has seen it.
Yes.
She has told me all about it.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's great.
Not spoiling anything, but she has told me.
No spoilers for a show that came out like 10, 15 years ago.
Well, she hasn't spoiled anything for me.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Definitely recommend you watching that then as well. Oh, did you see Logan?
I have not seen Logan yet.
Very good. Definitely
I've
recommend
heard
that.
so many good things about it. Just I've never seen any other X-Men movies.
It was funny because I listened to the podcast that Kevin Smith is on. Do you know who he is?
Of course.
Silent Bob.
Yep.
And he like raved about it. Like it was like 11 out of 10. He absolutely phenomenal.
Nice.
He loved it. I mean, he's a big comic book nerd. So,
oh yeah.
I mean, he absolutely loved it. And then I listened to the Rooster Teeth podcast and they were like, it was okay. 7 out of 10. I had no idea what to go into.
Wow.
Because like two groups of people that I like absolutely love and I respect their opinions. And I'm like, I just have no idea. So we saw it.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Which is probably good that you got like mixed reviews going into the movie. Because then you don't have super high expectations for it.
Yeah.
So it especially, if you go into the movies with high expectations for the movie, it's probably going to suck. At least for me, it does.
That happened to me with Force Awakens.
Oh, okay.
I went into it like, oh, it's going to be George Lucas. And nope.
Yay.
Nope. It's Disney. And I have nothing against Disney whatsoever. However, I could visibly tell Disney was behind it.
Mm-hmm.
It just had that Disney feel to it, to me.
It was like it was fitting the Disney equation,
as opposed to like the previous Star Wars.
Oh, I'm sure Disney has an equation for like everything.
They do. That's what we're saying, is that it would like
Yeah.
fit that mold of Disney movies,
Mm-hmm.
which really wouldn't be that hard because the last movies that were made by George Lucas, they didn't really. I think everybody unanimously agrees that episodes 1, 2, and 3 were not really the greatest Star Wars movies. Is that fair to say?
Yep.
I would have to agree. Yeah, I grant I love them, but the original 3 were just just masterpieces.
They're always going to be the best ones.
Absolutely.
And I feel bad because like once George Lucas, I feel like he just like took over the whole thing, and it just the writing just wasn't there. The pacing really wasn't there because he directed them too, didn't he?
I believe he did.
I think so. Again, might be wrong. I'm just talking out. This is the talking out your ass portion of the podcast.
That's the whole podcast.
And it is the whole podcast. Yeah, right. And so you can tell that like there was this total writing switch. There's a totally different tone from the first set of movies to the second set, from 4, 5, and 6 to 1, 2, and 3. So for Disney to like Disneyfy it, I don't really think was the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Didn't feel like a 7th to me.
Yeah,
It didn't.
especially because they've been doing really well with the Marvel films.
Disney?
Yeah.
Disney makes the Marvel films?
Yeah. Yeah, they do. They absolutely 100% do.
Huh.
I did not fucking know that.
Yeah, but I don't know who's working on the team of Marvel, but they're
What do they just
They're
have a
doing an
hand
amazing
in
job.
it? Or are they like...
they own it. Yeah.
What?
They own Marvel.
Huh.
You guys didn't know that?
I feel like I knew that, but I forgot.
Yeah,
I didn't
probably
know
because
that
they've been
whatsoever.
making great Marvel films.
And they all fit, and it seems like Marvel is kind of in that same thing where like they kind of have this mold of Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Especially as of late.
Mm-hmm. I think they've been doing really great with a lot of the Avengers and stuff like. I mean, they're really getting to all the nitty gritty from the comic books. So I think they're doing a really great job. But yes, it is owned by Disney.
What doesn't Disney own?
I'm starting to question that myself.
Right?
Disney has their hand in everything.
Everything. They're like Yamaha.
Yeah.
Like Yamaha makes half the shit in this room. And Disney owns everything we watch it with.
Yes.
Or everything we're watching Disney movies with Yamaha equipment.
And the next president of the United States is Disney.
Yamaha Disney.
Yamaha Disney.
Yamaha, Nestle, Disney.
Nestle.
Yeah.
Nestle owns a fuck ton of shit too.
Yeah.
Who was it that was amazed that Nestle made water bottles?
Oh, it was my brother's girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
She wasn't amazed they made water bottles. She was amazed that Dasani is owned by Nestle.
Oh yeah.
This was I don't know. I originally was going to rag on her, but I'm not sure if I can anymore because I didn't know Disney owned Marvel. I'm sorry, Marvel is owned by Disney. Did I say that right?
Yes. Which is pretty interesting because they kind of Marvel or Disney Marvel whatever
Disney/Marvel.
yeah, kind of pushed
the artist formerly known as Marvel.
kind of pushed aside Deadpool, but now I don't know if they're gonna push it aside anymore.
Did they have anything to do with Logan?
Yes.
Disney was in on that.
Well, Marvel, Disney, yes.
Huh.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Disney becoming Rogue. Or Marvel becoming Rogue.
Rogue One.
Yeah, because I think
Jeez Louise, man.
Yeah, because I think because Deadpool was such a success, I think they're kind of going in that direction.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Kind of like if it works, you know?
Mm-hmm.
If it fits, I sits.
Liberace's motto. Well, every cat's motto.
Do you need another drink?
Oh, I'm good, thank you though.
Did you finish that?
I did.
Oh, okay. The whole time I'm like I can never tell if beer is full or empty in a bottle.
Yeah, it's so dark.
We're
it's
sitting there,
definitely empty.
Yeah,
but...
I'm sitting there. We're talking. I'm like, I just can't fucking tell. I want to ask so bad. That's been bugging me for the last 10 fucking minutes. Does he need a drink? Because I have the beer sitting here. Yeah, it's right there.
I mean, I'm good.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
Yay!
There it is.
Whoop! There it is.
So I'm trying to think of a way to talk about the movie Moana without spoiling it for Abby because she hasn't seen it.
Oh boy. Yeah.
I guess we can't really, right?
That it's Moana's the newest Disney princess. That much we can say.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Any female character in a Disney movie is a Disney princess now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
I mean, they categorize.
Which one was it?
They,
All right, let
they
me think about this.
categorize
Yeah,
it as a Disney princess.
Good question. I'll get back to you on that one.
Get back to you on that.
I'll have to consult the research department.
We'll do a follow-up for the next podcast.
Absolutely.
I think it might be safe to say that Disney says it's a Disney princess.
Right. And I think it's funny that even male lead characters are considered part of the whole princess thing. Emperor's New Groove. He is considered a princess, even though he's a prince.
What?
Yes. You did not know that?
No, because he's a fucking
Cusco?
prince.
Well, he's actually a king.
He's a king. He's the emperor.
But
Emperor,
he's
yeah.
considered as part of that. Like they group together the prince and the princesses.
So it's almost like the Disney royalty. The
I see.
Disney royal family.
Yeah.
So all Disney movies are in Britain.
Yeah, and like
Well, yeah, in like Europe, I think.
Yeah, well, definitely not Cusco.
No.
He was Aztec, right?
Mayan, I thought.
Mayan.
I can't remember.
Which,
Well, I'll have to consult the research department with that one. Too.
Yeah, the research department.
That'll be my next project.
whichever country has or like whichever ones has llamas. Unless
Where were the llamas at this time?
I mean, they might have been only in one country at that time because it was way back in the day. So who knows?
Oh, this is a good time to... So I guess I really don't have a tie-in for this. And I'm not even on the right page. So excuse me for one moment. So I guess before we get into our next segment, I just want to take the moment to let everybody know that if you are enjoying the podcast, if there's anybody left still listening to the podcast, that we are going to be doing these monthly. So once a month, we're going to be doing another one and then another one the next month. So I guess 12 a year if
Right.
My calendar matches yours.
And again, and again.
So if you are enjoying the podcast, you can go onto iTunes and you can subscribe to our podcast there. We're also going to be on SoundCloud. Or if you want to do just a direct download of the file yourself, you can go on to davidshockley.com. I was going to say it's like our website, but it's tough to do it when it's literally my own fucking name.
Yeah, it's your own name. You got the domain.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't want to just create a whole new website.
Yeah, because it's money I already spent on one, so I thought, why not? So that's davidshockley.com.
.com.
And on there, I think I'm just going to host like the Google Drive account where you can just rip it directly. And there's also an email list that you can subscribe to. I have yet to send out any email, email blast with the email subscription yet. So hopefully by the time that anybody starts subscribing, I figure out actually how to do that.
Well, you have an update now.
Now I have an update to make because
Yep.
this is the whole thing was to make it for the podcast. And you can also contact the podcast at maximummediocre@gmail.com. I'm just going to put this a little bit of an edit in here because our first podcast ran a little long, so I went ahead and divided it up into two separate sections. The second section being a little bit shorter, so it's a little bit quicker to get through. We play a really fun game with Jimmy, a game that he brought in called Super Fight. We had a lot of fun with it. So if you did enjoy the conversation, I do highly recommend that you check it out if you liked our first half. I wanted to let you know that if you did want to send any of our guests some love, you can do so first on Instagram. Jimmy is JimboSlice_26, and Abby is Annie Nerd, ANINERD, and I am King Shockley, and that's all on Instagram. You can also find me on Twitter at Sultan Shockley. Thank you very much for listening. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you all stay beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.